Good late morning, everybody. This is John with Adventures in Wrenching. This segment is not going to be so much about directly related to wrenching as it is going to be indirectly related, because I'm going to be using the Adventures in Wrenching platform to also cover the rebuilding, restoration, recovery of an old repair facility in Stanfield, Arizona, which is going to be the future home of myself, but also Adventures in Wrenching. It is rough. There's no doubt about it. But it's got good bones. This place has been was picked up for property taxes several decades ago, actually, by my adopted family, and it was used as a shop for a while after that as well. This was built in like the 1950s, all solid construction. The wood is starting to rot down, but it's got a house attached to the back of it, and it's also got a 2,400 square foot shop, which or floor space for a shop, which can definitely be used for all of my projects and then some. But the property has to be cleaned off. It's sitting on about a half acre, and this addition is going to have to come down. There's a bee infestation. It is filled with poop, literally, by transients, migrants, whoever else decided that they needed to take a dump inside. Unfortunately, there's also a bee infestation. Like I said, all this wood's going to have to come down, electrical put in, water restored, land cleared off, fences put up, roof fixed, yada yada. But in the end, it's exactly kind of what I'm looking for. I'll give you the grand scheme of things here. Here's the bathroom. That could be used as a bedroom. It's actually pretty good size. This is kind of like a living area. All the roof, it's got OSB across the top of it. Underneath that, I might do that with the other section. Wow, it smells bad in here. But I was going to do this 10 years ago, and then life kept up with me and my wife. But now that she has passed away, this may be back on again. This had been cleaned out once before, and we're going to get to it. We're going to clean it up today, see where we're at. Now, I've had about a 50-50 mix of saying, yay, go do it, and others saying, run away as fast as I can. But something about this place calls to me, other than the fact that it's got 2,400 square feet of shop space. That, the one thing that I kind of don't like about it is that the roof is a little low, but not horrible. I think we're sitting at about 9 feet, so I'm not really going to be able to put a lift in it. But I can put a short lift, and that's what I need anyway. I don't need to, and these beams are certainly solid enough that I could definitely put some metal bracing right across here on these posts and actually use it as an engine puller. And in reality, about where this first block is right here, I am probably going to build out more concrete room right in here to make the house side more livable, make room for a house and an office. And that's what's going on. The bees are still there, so we're going to work on getting rid of some bees. This addition probably all has to be torn down, and you can see the roof already collapsing, but the sidewalls are not really all that old, so it may be worth putting some more OSB up here and actually keeping this and finishing the outside too. Because this was actually poured in 1998. So this was by the people that were renting the place for a while. Okay, so that's where we're at. I'm going to get started, and we're going to be making some segments on how this progresses, along with my normal adventures in wrenching and working on the vehicles and stuff. Okay, let's get started. How much of this I'm going to try to salvage or not. I mean, it was set up to have a, looks like, well, there's a toilet sitting there. I don't know if it is sitting on top of an actual drain. This was more like a little office. I'm thinking not keeping this, but more names down here. I know some of the gang from the Urbex channels would definitely enjoy this place. These are on sliders. I'm going to fix this one so I can screw it down. What I have to do today's project, besides doing some cleaning, is I'm going to be securing this place up so people can't get in as well. I will keep these sliding doors temporarily, but I'll probably go with traditional roll-ups on the inside at some point. But I got a ways to go before I get there. Okay, I'm definitely taking a break. I'm probably starting to get some heat issues. I've already soaked myself with water. I'm in the truck right now. AC's going. But you can see it's 106 outside. And I've been working in the building. There's no AC. There's no cooler. There's no air flow. Just basically block walls. So I can definitely tell it's starting to get to me. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to cool down. Like I said, I already got myself wet. Cooling down as quickly as I can, get my core temperature down, and then I'm going to grab my stuff and probably call it a day. Before I do, I'll show you what I got done. I did get a little bit done, but as a word to warning, even for somebody that does this and tries to check myself, it could sneak up on you. So anyway, I'll show you what I did in a little bit. So I got some signs put up, at least make it known that the building is under renovation, no trespassing. That should at least notify people not to use it. It's not going to stop anybody, but at least then I have some recourse if they find people out here. The bees are still buzzing. I thought I had a solution for it, but my solution spilled on the way down here, so alright. Didn't get any of this done. Didn't get any of this done. What I did do is I got the door back on its the garage door back on its hinge, and then I got matching locks to hold it in place. And I'll bring my grinder out here and cut the old locks off it, but that's a start. Now the area that I've been working on, big holes, that's going to be fun to do, is back in here. So if you saw the original pictures, which I have had as part of this video, I got at least this section of the bathroom mucked out and swept a little bit, and I got all of this at least. Now the good news is the poop, the feces that was in here,
I was worried about it, that it was sitting on the concrete, but it looks like it was actually, there was still a pretty thick layer of dust, so it didn't stick. And that's good news for me. I mean, I'm still going to fumigate, but it means that it really didn't get a chance to sink in, because I don't see any stains. Because you could see, this is after sweeping 2 or 3 times, and there's still a layer of dust in here. So, got to get the water turned on so I can spray all of this and wash it out. That would be helpful, but that's going to be a couple sessions. I want to get the vast majority of all this crap literally out of here. So that's where we are. Thanks for joining the adventure. If you're interested in this or my repairs, please like, subscribe, follow me on Facebook and YouTube, and let's have a good time. Because to be honest, once this is done, this is an amazing shop to work in. Great space. Okay, bye now. Hey everybody, John, and we are going to be going to round 2 with the garage in Stanfield. Okay, so it's going to be a short video. I came out here, took a grinder to the old lock. This is the new lock. All my locks are going to be matched up, so I wanted at least a way to get into this front door. It does have 2 doors side by side, which really makes no sense at all. One of these I'm going to go ahead and brick over, and it'll go away when I do the stucco work. Now, the reason I came out today is because I did get a replacement door, as you can see right there. It is a used door, but I don't want to put a lot of money into this yet. 4, as we go back in, you can see that the back where the house is has an open door. Now we're going to find out if the stuff that I had here stayed here. I'll check for footprints and also see, because I left a few things out here just to see what the theft potential was a couple days ago. But I'll shovel a little more crap out today, get that door dropped in place, take some measurements of my other doors off in that end of the house where the bees are, and we'll go from there. Well, that is great news. My measurements were correct. The door is going to fit in there just fine. I need to go, I did bring a couple hinges with me so I can hinge this, and I brought a door lock. So we're going to get this, and it does look like it matches up to the hole like it's supposed to. So this was actually framed correctly, and that's good news. Man, it's hot in here. It's only 110 degrees outside the building, so it's not much better in here with no air. But progress isn't going to wait, so I need to get this all set up in the next couple of weeks to where it is at least all secure, and then start working on this broken window glass back over there, back over here, over in the B bathroom, and work on these 2 entrances right over here. I'll take a measurement. I think this is a regular size door too. I'll have to reframe that. And this, I think once I actually do some measurements here, this could be for like a sliding or an Arcadia double door, something like that. At least then the garage and the main part of the house will be somewhat secure. And then I can really start moving with progress as much as possible. Somebody had actually stacked up bricks here. That's kind of odd. So, all right. You'll get some hinges and put all this together. The bees are actually pretty quiet. That's always good news. I'm definitely going to have to do some stucco work on this. It looks like somebody actually may have driven through the wall accidentally. Big cracks there, all of that. Looks like it was settled or fell out of place, but you could tell that that's been repainted. But some good stucco work will take care of that, or some plaster over brick once I get a chance to get the water out here and power wash this. Well, the first problem is that the design of the hinge is different than the design of the slot on the door. But I've got a 2-pound sledge down here that'll wedge that into shape, and then I should be fine. Like I said, this was a used door. It didn't cost me very much. I'm getting it more to secure the property than to worry about the aesthetics of it all. Well, it is far from perfect, but it works. Doorknob's on, it's tight, it opens, and it locks. Always a good thing. And the key works and it opens. So at least this door is secure. Doesn't mean they can't kick it in, doesn't mean they can't steal it like they did last time, especially until I get the other doors. But this is a one at a time thing. At least I got the front and the back. Now in the next, probably next week, I'll get the side done. Okay everybody, time to call it a day. Sun's starting to go down. No heat exhaustion this time, so that's always a good sign. What I did get to do, got the door, like I said, and I got another section clean. So all the way back here. I mean, it's not perfect. It's still got a thin layer of dust and got some spots that will come up later, but definitely making progress. If anybody sneaks in the other door, they'll be able to at least for sure see that it is under renovation and that the no trespassing signs are actually accurate, that there's something going on in here. I got a long way to go. There's going to be a lot of updates. All right, well, from Stanfield. Hey everybody, John here with Adventures in Wrenching, and me and my son are out here actually back at the garage out in Stanfield, and we brought in a big window to drop in, but you can actually see we've got a vehicle inside the garage, and you can kind of get perspective of how big this place really is, because I could put 3 Super Cruise on one side, so it actually does fit. Say hi, Andrew.
Hey, Walt.
This is the window that we've got that's going to go into place of the big opening that's right over here. We're going to frame it in, not necessarily all today. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but the V's that we talked about in the last video, they're still there. And if you follow me around, they aren't coming to the inside, but they're definitely still finding a home on the outside. So I'm going to have to still spray them again, but that's going to be a different visit too. This was all about the getting the window in place. So we're going to go drag that over and see what we can do. Good. Because if it will fit side to side, that would be great. Then I just have to go up and block underneath it.
We're going to do some modification at the bottom.
See you in a minute. It's the next day. And what I thought would happen did happen. That's why I came back out here. Since there's enough holes in the ceiling, the wind probably pushed that window right back out. It did not break. That's a good thing. It is tempered glass. So while I'm frustrated, I'm not. It stayed in between the rails up at the top. It was down at the bottom that I had a problem, but I brought my saw. I'm going to trim this down some and I brought a jack, a body jack. Unfortunately, this was half full before I took my trip, and it flipped over in the back of the truck, and my bed is now covered in oil, which sucks, but it is what it is. So anyway, we're going to spend a couple of hours out here and see if I can get this window back in place between all the jacks and everything else, and trim that frame down and have it more permanently installed. Part of the reason I want to get this done as quickly as I can. Sorry about that. You don't want to see the bottom of my chin. Anyway, part of the reason I want to get this done as quickly as I can is that would seal up this building officially, to where the only way that somebody would be able to get in here is actually break in. I mean, it has the no trespassing signs and everything else, but if all of the doors and windows and everything else are sealed, then common sense would dictate that you're not supposed to go in there, and that they would know that they're breaking the law. So anyway, we're going to get started and see what we can do for today. See you in a while. Time to do a little trimming on this side. Now, I will probably still replace this frame at some point. Well, that ought to narrow it down some. Okay. I spent a few more hours out here, but the window is actually in now. It's actually pretty square. I will have to foam around it, reseal. I'm going to put an outer frame on it for looks. So once I actually stucco over brick, you won't be able to tell. It's all going to be sealed in, and I'll definitely, it's pretty square, but I'll definitely square it up a little bit more, get the bracing taken care of so that it slides a little easier than it does right now. But the doors do lock, but you can see it's under a lot of pressure. If I unlock it, it kind of tilts a little bit. But once I screw this up into place, which I don't have a screw long enough to do that, and then I'll fill it in with foam once it's all screwed in. It is screwed in here and down at the bottom, and over there and down at the bottom, but I got more screws to put in it. But at least it's in for now. So now I saw an interesting thing, and I don't know if they're still there, but there were some birds just hanging out in a tumbleweed. See all that? That's the weirdest thing. Why would they hang out there? That's pretty strange. All right. God, this place is disgusting still. So I'm gonna secure that back up, put my tools away, and then I'm going to go for round 3 on spraying the bees. And then it's going to be another week or so before I go, because even as an old dude, I got school tomorrow. I'm using part of my GI Bill while I still have it. So, see you when I've cleaned up. Well, another day out at the Stanfield garage is going to be coming to a close. Got the door in, made some bees mad. Met the neighbor, that's good. He's actually a native of Stanfield, 3rd generation. So I found out a little bit about him, about his shop. He owns a welding shop right across the street. That'll be handy. I know that, like I said, this isn't a wrenching video, but this definitely ties in, because this is where I'm going to be doing the wrenching. Hey everybody. It is another day out at the Stanfield Restoration Project, the Stanfield garage restoration. This is about my 5th or 6th visit, but I have not done a actual edit on all the video yet, because it's, to be honest, it's slow going. It is the 5th of September, and truth be told, when I pulled up this morning, it was 11 o'clock and already 107 degrees. So I'm only good for a few hours out here since there's no AC and no cooling or anything else, really no air movement. Let's show you what we got going on thus far, and then we'll close this video out. This will be the first of what will probably be many of this restoration to get the shop up and going for Adventures in Wrenching. Kind of the layout and the plan for this. I just came through the back door. This, I guess you could technically call this a mudroom, but it's going to be more of the entertainment area. I do plan on living here as well as the shop, which you can see in the distance, and adding a little bit into the shop for some more living space, but that would still give me 2,000 square feet of shop space and over 2,000 square feet of house space. So even up, that works out pretty darn good. In this area, I should be able to do a like a little laundry room over here. I mean, it's got some water outlets. I'm not sure how I'm going to lay this out because this opening right here actually goes to the outside, and that would be a perfect place to put a big cooling or an AC unit. What you'll notice is there's no real room up here, and it's not really structurally the right way to put like a roof-mounted AC unit on it. I could do ductwork up and through here and drop vents down, and I might still do that, but this might work well too. This is all block construction, so once it's cool inside, it'll definitely stay cool. Got one small bathroom right here. It does have a shower. I haven't cleaned it out yet, but once I get some light dropped in here, that's good for a secondary bathroom. What's going to be the second bedroom is going to be right here. I'm using it more as you can see, storage right now. I don't know how well the light is actually showing in here, but it's storage. This is going to be the entertainment area. Now, one thing that's interesting about this is that somebody had blocked this off and put a little old style window. Now I'm going to talk about the age of this building a little bit. It's kind of ambiguous at best. I think it was built in the late 1950s just by the construction. I have talked to one of the locals out here. The building's been here a long time, and when my family picked it up as tax property back in the mid-80s, it had already been abandoned for quite a while, and then it was rented for a little bit, and then it was abandoned again for the last 20 years. So anyway, this is the original window ledge right here, but they blocked it off to put a smaller window in. Now my plan is to take all this back out to go back to a regular larger window so we get more light in here, and then this will be kind of a nice entertainment room. I do have a pool table that'll probably go right in here. My entertainment center will go over here, and the curved love seat couch recliner. That has absolutely nothing to do with the shop part, and we'll talk about that, but I'm just kind of sharing what this whole building is because I'm going to be able to live here and wrench and have all of the projects so I can keep doing content for you guys, and it'll work out pretty darn good all in all. Still a ton of debris in here. This used to be the kitchen area, and that's what it's going to go back to. I did install at least the window. I got to do a little block work down at the bottom, but at least it locks. That's a good start. Put the door in. Now this enclosure that was out here, I'm going to tear all the walls down. I'm going to see if the roof is still structurally sound, and I'll probably keep this since it's got a concrete patio, and maybe put a half wall up out here and use this as a nice outdoor deck. Now the weird part about this is if that was the kitchen and this was the dining room, well, I'm thinking dining room, and it opened up into the shop, which is weird enough, but this also is a large bathroom, which is designed like it was, well, large is a relative term. It's the bigger bathroom. Had the shower, had a medicine cabinet, had a sink. I'm pretty sure when I started pulling stuff out of this end of it, it had the remnants of a toilet, and I haven't looked down there to see if the outlet is down on the bottom for the toilet, but I would imagine it's probably right over there. If that's the case, then I'm kind of stuck with the location, which is really weird. A weird location to try to put a bathroom, which is right off the dining room area that goes out to the shop. I don't know what to do about that yet. And the block wall, and that's the other weird part about this, the block wall goes to here where the door's been built in, but you can see the beam right there, and the wall stops, and then it's wood construction and they build into the bathroom, and then the wood stops, and then it starts concrete again where it comes in this way. You go to the shop side, you can see the same thing where they built out a little bit on the bathroom and had that. It's the wackiest design I've seen, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that yet, but I'll figure it out when I get there. Now, earlier in the video we talked about the bees. They're still hanging tough. Not anywhere near as many. I've probably eliminated at least a few thousand of them. But I don't know that the camera can pick it up, but you can definitely hear the buzzing in the wall still. So they're still there. I'm going to have to give them some more motivation juice to get out of here. Shop's getting a little cleaner. I'm probably going to block off from this first little, where this wall is, to make this an additional master bedroom and office area that will, like this area right here, will open up into the shop so that you can be kind of in the office and overlook the shop area. That will still leave me 2,000 square feet, and that, depending on what I bring in here, six or seven car projects all indoors. The downside to this is it was, I think, at least what I've been told, originally a furniture store. So while the roof is still pretty high, it's only still about 8 feet. So I can't put a lift in. I can put a mini lift in, but I'll have to be outdoors to actually get stuff way high in the air. Now, I'm going to put a gantry in for engine pulling, probably right in this area right here, one of these bays, and not try to support a motor, even though these beams are really solid up here. I don't want to think, based on age, I don't want to support another 1,000 pounds on it, have it crack, and have the whole roof cave in. That would suck. So we're not going to do that. I'm just going to get a gantry for engine pulling. I think we'll stay with that. And that's kind of where we're at. I'll get garage doors for this rather than these sliding doors. I've already started to bring a few things in. Got to get all this debris out, and then when I'm finally out here, spend at least a day or two every week re-roofing this. These beams across the bottom, some are going to have to be replaced. Like you can see, most are good. Some of the, obviously a lot of the planks I'm going to have to replace. Some are good. It's probably going to be $10,000 to $15,000 just the materials of recovering this, but when it's all done, it'll be paid for, and that part's always good. I mean, location's not horrible. It's right off the main highway, but there's still not a lot of traffic. It is middle of the day. To my left is Casa Grande. To my right heads to San Diego. And that's it. So now I'm technically at the front door of the garage anyway, and I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for this segment. If you enjoy this, or if you enjoy wrenching in general, please like, subscribe, follow me here on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, and I'll see you on the next update. Thank you, Dale. Bye. Dang it. Those bees are really not happy this time. One managed to get me. I don't know, you can see it right on the ear. Right there. Dang, that hurts. Oh well, ongoing war. After 5 visits and 5 attempts to get them to move on, that's the only bee sting I've managed to get. But still, it hurts.